What's up, people? It's your man Black Cobra back once again with the Wheel Life Show. That's right. One more time, bringing it back for the Wheel Life Show. This week we are circling back around to the one wheel side of things, and we're bringing in some of that side of the house because, like I said, we are one big happy family when it comes to PEVs, and I'm trying to make sure that we are all inclusive. We have a tendency to be like, us against them, and it's not that type of party. It's PEVs forever, and I want us to remember that all PEVs are fantastic, amazing, and terrific. So this week we're going to talk to one and only Mandy McFly, and if you've seen any of her stuff, it is unbelievable. One woman, one wheel. She's all over the place doing all kinds of things, bringing women together to ride these wonderful machines. So without further ado, I want to bring in the one and only Mandy McFly. What's up, Mandy? How are you? That's the girl right there. How are you, Mandy? How you doing?
I'm doing well. It's great to hear you, speak so inclusively about PEVs hanging out together. I had a great opportunity actually to go to just such an event over the weekend with the
Okay, what'd
South
you
Coast
go
PEV
to?
group.
Where were you?
The South Coast PEV group, they host a barbecue every year. And we
Ah,
did a group ride. They had a slow flow that included the one wheels, and then they had some separate rides for different types of speeds, and it was just great. Everyone had fun. Everyone got to do their thing.
okay. I like it. I like it. My plan is to go to a lot more like diverse events so I can see both sides of the house and go all over the place. And this year I didn't get to do it as much, but as we round out the year, as we go forward, I'm planning to do that a lot. So I'm sure I'll see you at some of these other events. Um, I think we rode together once or twice. I can't remember whether it was once or twice, way back when I was first starting.
A long time ago, and then I
Yes, then you shuffled off and moved
really
out. And you
long.
started doing a lot of big things though. I see
Yeah,
some of your videos, they're so very impressive. Your say yes to the side quest, like it was
such a fun series.
perfectly phrased. I was like, "Yep, yep, I feel it." What made you come up with that? I mean, besides the obvious, what made you come up with that?
Well, so that was a COVID project, which is why I haven't really done as much with it as much as I miss doing it. It was
Mhm.
so much labor to find the trails, to film, to scout, different takes, editing. It was a very intensive process. So I loved doing it when I had nothing else that I had to do and people weren't allowed to hang out with each other and I could only ride alone and talk to myself slash my imaginary audience. It was great, actually. Thanks all for keeping me company. Uh, now I can talk to real people, so I don't need a show, I guess.
Yes, I could tell you were having a good time.
It
You
was,
did just that. Talk yourself into stuff and talk about it. You had whole conversations with yourself.
which I still do.
Yep. Yeah. Hey, you ain't alone. You ain't alone. When you're out there riding, hey, it's just you and your wheel. And
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
I love it when they show the first person view pro cam during the races and they actually have audio and you can sort of hear the self talk because that's what we all do.
Yes. Yeah. You can't help it. And you're like, okay, I got this.
Yeah.
I got this. Okay. Okay. This is going to be tight. This is going to be tight. Okay. I got it. I got it. You can't help but talk to yourself that way. I don't care who you are. Okay. So in the chat, we got Cooler Joe. What's up, Cooler Joe, man? Good to see you, brother. That man is something else, riding a cooler all over the nation. He's
We
the
wish that he
baddest cooler rider that I know. Electric Unicycle. Good day, Dale from Down Under. He's over there in Australia holding it down, showing them what crazy people can do. Rexy World. Ahoy. What's up, man? What's going on? We got. Oh. Sorry, Alexa, cancel. I said Rexy, and Alexa thought I was talking to her. Sorry, cancel.
what a time to be alive.
you know? Thank you. She's all polite now. The new Alexa update, she has conversations with you. It's not just it's back and forth. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe, we are talking to Mandy McFly, and she is a one wheel rider who's been all over the place. And you have done a great job bringing a lot of women together and getting them riding. Now, let's talk about that. The Drift Sisters. I mean, I see you part of that Drift Sisters, and you guys are doing great things. What do you, I mean? What's the deal with that?
So Drift Sisters, let's see, what was the first year? We did another COVID thing. It was another thing that started during COVID. So the first year we only had
Hold
12
on,
people, and then
Alexa,
here,
stop. She's over there talking about Drift Sisters. Okay, go ahead.
too funny. So the first year we only had 12 people because it was COVID. We went to Bend, Oregon, and we rode trails, we did clinics. We had Rachel Cecil and Raquel McCosker coaching us, and they returned, ever after. And then we also added Jamie Bryant as a coach and a yoga instructor, and the groups got bigger year after year. To the point where we had 30, 40 women on a lot of these retreats. And
It's crazy.
everyone was so excited to be there. And the interesting thing to me was seeing the different flavors of excitement in each kind of class, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
because there was definitely sort of like a younger kind of like party class in the beginning, that was like super down to do the crazy night rides with me. But then like different events had like different vibes where, there were more like moms on the trip or whatever, or, people were more interested in whatever. Sometimes you get people who want to do the trail rides, and sometimes you get people who want to do the tricks. And there's always just a different vibe for
Right.
every group. Every event is just different, but you always meet someone awesome.
Yeah, you guys truly look like you're having a lot of fun in every one of those Drift Sisters videos.
Well,
That's
yeah,
what
'cause
comes off.
what's so fun? Finding out that something you thought you couldn't do was totally possible.
Yeah, yeah. You guys look so excited and stoked every time you hit a trick. You're like, yeah,
Yeah,
like it's so funny.
people hit the tricks not actually believing that they're going to,
Yeah, yep,
and then when it actually happens, it's like you feel invincible.
yeah,
And
yep.
watching that magic happen is like,
It's like,
that's what's so great.
oh. Shouts out to
Hi,
Lit Timber. Shouts out to you from Maine, brother. Welcome, welcome. And
that's
Primo,
Phil. The Vesk.
say that again. He rides a
That's
vest.
Phil. He Vesk.
Oh, Phil, Lit Timber, Phil with the vest. Gotcha. So Primo's talking about real gangsters ride non-suspension. Okay, he's continuing
No,
our
that,
conversation from yeah. Well, you guys ride non-suspension, but he's talking about from last week. We had a suspension versus non-suspension conversation, and I was telling him that once suspension took over, non-suspension is just out, and he's like real gangsters ride non-suspension. I'm like, all right, shouts out to Primo, and the one and only Sensei Vegan in the house. He says, "What's up to you, Mandy?"
What's up?
One and only, what's up? Good to see you too, brother. Yeah, the excitement is what gets me about the Drift Sisters, and then when I see the videos, I see so many different types of women, like you said. Like you can see, there's different vibes there, but you guys are all
Yeah,
coming together, and I really feel it. I feel the good
yeah. It's
energy.
just it's intergenerational and it's multi-locational. I've described my social network as like previously before One Wheel, I was like a tree. I was planted in one place.
Yep.
And once I became part of One Wheel, and especially with Drift Sisters, I feel this is true. I'm like a fungus. I'm spread wide everywhere. I'm connected. It's
Mandy the
beautiful.
fungus. Thank you for the visual.
Welcome.
Man, Mandy's a fungus now. Okay.
There's lots more weird metaphors where that came from.
uh, like I know, and people say all the time, they're like, "You guys are weird riding those things." Yes, yes, we're a bunch of weirdos, and we love it.
No one thinks that we were normal.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess you're right. If we were too normal, we just wouldn't be doing what we're doing. And where would the fun in that be? Yeah. Yeah, life's too short not to enjoy yourself. So I I have an announcement and I want to bring it now to the entire group here. Everybody in the chat. Mandy just let me know she is definitely coming to the Wheel Life Rally. Woohoo! Yes, yes. Shouts out because I love seeing new people show up to the Real Life Rally because it's different and like you've been doing all those side quests and going through those rock gardens and all kinds of stuff. This is some riding that will challenge you. It Real Life
Oh,
Rally has 3 amazing tracks every year that are just they're just not, you can't describe it. It's just you don't realize, you think you got it down and then you hit a patch of loose dirt. You think you got it down and then you have to squeeze between 2 trees. You think you got it down and then you got to ride through a tunnel where there's like loose dirt at the end. It's like so crazy, but it's so
opposite.
challenging and you feel at the end of it you're like, I did that shit.
Yeah, and you know what? That is the exact feeling that I missed about racing.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, when you don't race, like I miss it because I don't race anymore because I'm always either announcing or organizing. So I don't race
Hmm.
anymore and I really miss it because the exhilaration of hitting the track, someone on your heels, someone right in
Hmm.
front of you, someone right next to you, and just the heart pounding feeling is something you can't replace. And
Yeah,
if you've never raced, trust me, you want to try it at least once. It ain't for everybody.
yeah.
You,
And the way that I was doing it originally wasn't for me. I had to kind of step back and remind myself why I was riding and why I was racing. And my mantra this year is fun is fast. Sometimes they
mhm.
say slow is fast, and that can be true. But for me, fun is fast. And anyone who managed to stay up as late as 3 a.m. this past Saturday, or Sunday, could tell you that the more fun I'm having, the faster I'm riding.
Ah, okay. Well, I can tell you. Oh, Turbo's in the house. What's up, Turbo? Good to see you, brother. You can plan to see Turbo on the show soon, coming up. So yeah, it is. I can tell you now. Last year, um, the one wheels really impressed me. I am an EUC rider, and I've always been. I've only ridden a one wheel twice, and I was like, it didn't give me the same feeling. So for me, it was EUC all day. And I was like, one wheels are not fast enough. And Brian was telling me, I'm telling you, you wait till you see these guys ride. These guys can ride. I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then when they came and we had some amazing riders, Mikey Turpak, Sam Varner, it was crazy. The Humble Savage, it was crazy. We had some great racers, and they all were putting it down. And I was like, huh? I had never seen one wheels ride that fast. And they
Yeah.
were,
So was the only thing that was missing for you?
yeah, well, speed and the clearance from the ground. I don't like the
Yeah.
fact that the front is so close to the ground. I like the one in the EUC, how with suspension, how I float above the ground and I feel
Hmm.
safer because the wheel is what's hitting the ground and I'm not so close to it. So I never got used to the feeling of one wheel. It just was too scary for me, and it was too
Yeah.
slow. It was too slow and too scary. I was like, okay, both those things I don't like. Then they
Yeah.
started Vesk. They put Vesk in these boards, and I'm like, what the hell? I
Yeah.
was like,
Did
okay,
you get an opportunity to try one of the 100 and whatever 20 or 13 volt or whatever it is that people are doing now?
yeah.
Definitely give it a rip.
Oh, I seen
It's
them.
like that It's like I can't drop you.
Yeah, it's they
That's
were
a dangerous
moving.
amount.
Yeah, well, look, I ride all the high end ECs, so riding these wheels, the power is off the charts. It and like I have the ET Max, and I was doing 54 miles an hour, and I'm like,
See, speed than I need.
I'm like, what the hell? How am I? I didn't even know I was going that fast, and it was only because, I was around a reservoir. We were on a group ride, and I was just feeling it. I was like, whoo! I was rocking back and forth, and I'm dancing on the wheel, and I'm like all in it. And then
Yeah.
and it's not beeping or nothing, so I'm like, this is so good. And then afterwards, they're like, dude, we couldn't catch you. You had to be doing 50 something. And I looked and I said, oh shit, it says I was doing 54? What? Like,
I don't need that.
I never, so, it's wild. It's wild. Um, oh, hold on. Cooler Joe says 45 miles per hour on one wheel are insane. Yeah, like,
Yeah,
dude.
it's
Um, and oh, Lit Timber says that's an FM Toys though. Get on a 134-volt board.
the one. Sorry, Phil. I underestimated you. Won't happen
Yo,
again.
Lit, look, Phil. Oh man, listen. I know there's gonna be more of them at the rally again this year because I know Humble Savage is coming at least, and I know, and I hate that Race for the Rail is the same weekend. I hate that it is because I know a lot of people that were planning to come and now they had to make a decision. And I'm like, I hate that. But I had my
Wait,
date
wait,
well
wait, wait,
before.
wait. Like they're making a decision to go to Race for the Rail instead of this.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
People from here are going there.
that's what I mean. Like because Race for the Rail is like the culmination. Huh?
I like Race for the Whale.
I mean, race for the wheel, race for the whale. I like that. That works. Race for the whale. Uh, race for the rail is like the culminating event of the year, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people are like, "Oh, I can't miss that," and I said, "I understand," but I was upset because I had my date months before they came up
Yeah.
with a date,
They do
and then
this every year.
yeah, and then out of the blue they said, "This is our weekend." I said, "Wait, this is the only weekend I can do it, and I've planned it months ago," and they're like,
Yeah.
"No, yeah,
Different
we
every year
can't."
and they never tell you till the last minute. So that's the real reason I quit racing.
Oh, Primo says, when is the Real Life Rally? It is next month, August 15th and 16th. August 16th is race day. August 15th is setup day. So if you want to come in, set up your tent. We're going to do some night rides. We're going to go to dinner at night together collectively. We're going to do all that fun stuff. We have a trail that leads from the event space all the way to the Rail Trail Ale House so we can have a few drinks, and then we can ride our way back on the trail so we don't have to worry about hitting the road after we had a few drinks and make our way back to the
My
camp.
perfect night.
So it's going to be nice. And then on the August 6th, so if you can only make one day, come the 16th bright and early, and we're going to be racing from 8 in the morning, so make sure you're there at least by 7. And yeah, it's going to be one. We usually do 2 days, but this year we're going to set up and you don't have to on the 15th we're going to come 12 noon late in the day, and then start setting up and stuff. And then on the 16th it's all day back to back. We're going to have races, we're going to have backwards races, we're going to have chair races, we're going to have jousting, we're going to have drag racing, we're going to have endurance, because we have 3 tracks, and then at the end you have to run all 3 tracks in one big loop, and you got, in order to get the overall look, there's a lot in one day. So you get well rested the night before, and we gets it in. It's gonna be crazy. You will be
18
tired.
hours is the time to beat.
Say that again.
18 hours. 18 hours is the time to beat. That's how long we rode on Saturday.
Uh, Okay. Well, that would be hard to beat, but we'll see. We will definitely put in an effort. It is going to be amazing, and I can't wait. Every year I get excited because we have the fun. We get together and we race, and then everybody's sad because we have to go home and leave each other. so
So you
so
mentioned setting up tents. Do you mean camping tents? Can people camp out that first night?
Yep, camping on site. There's camping on site. So if you got a trailer, you can bring it. If you got tents, you can bring them. You got whatever you want. So if you go to wheelliferally.com, you can see there's camping passes. There's an all-day access pass for the both days. There's, whatever you need. T-shirts, you can buy T-shirts. You can buy this jersey. Uh, Although we need those orders like ASAP to get them in quickly. But yeah, you can do it all or you can even there. There's links if you prefer not going through the website. You can send it directly to me on any of the Cash App, all that, Venmo, whatever. But those links are all there. You can see everything that you need on wheelliferally.com. And if you check out our YouTube, check out our Instagram, you'll see all the different videos and stuff. So be sure to come out because man, if it's anything like last year, and last year once again the farthest people we had was from Canada. We had a group from Canada. They'll be back again, but this year, Ecuador. A guy reached out to me from Ecuador. He said, "I want to come to the." I said, "Come on, man."
So cool.
I said,
That's
"Dude,
so-
we're ready for you. Come on."
what about anyone coming from Europe?
So I don't. There was people that wanted to, but I haven't heard from them since. So I don't think so. But hey, I don't know. We shall
Well,
see. I know we
I'm
had Australia. We did have a guy from Australia come last year,
nice.
and
Well, did I would say in Canada's the farthest.
yeah, no, I just remembered when I said Canada. Then I said, oh wait, we did have a guy from Australia,
Might
and
have been the
actually, wait,
longest drive.
that might have been the year before. It might
They
have
all
been the
start
year
to
before. They're blurring into each other now. Okay, so let's see in the chat. What do we got here? Watch the previous track layout on Sensei's live stream. It looks great. Wish I could partake this year, but being in Idaho is quite the drive. Getting an RV for future races, though. So hope by next year. Yeah, man. One and only. I hope you get one and you make it next year because it would be great to have more people here. Yes, Lit Timber. We just I see you might have asked this question before we answered it, but yes, there's camping on site, so you can come up Friday, camp. Even if you're working after work Friday, show up, set up your camp, and and then you'll be there. Yes, jousting is fun, Joe. It would be fun to see you jousting on your cooler, Joe. That
Oh, yeah.
would be dope. Mary R. Hey, are the jump bags still going to be there? So yeah, I'm hoping that Seth is able to bring the jump bags. I know last year it was gonna rain, and it did rain at the end of the event, the end of the day we did get rain. So he didn't want to bring the jump bag because they're metal. The ramps are metal, and he didn't want anybody slipping out and falling and getting hurt. So he didn't bring them last year. So I'm hoping he's able to do it this year. But I can't confirm that yet. He hasn't confirmed with me yet. So we might have the ramps and the airbags out for jumping. But we're definitely gonna have a lot. Let's see, Fran Equator, basically pronounced friend. Okay. Oh, Ashley's in the house. Showtime. What up? What up? Yeah. She said, dude, borrowing wheels from Australia. The guy from Australia borrowed my Sherman S. And he rode that thing hard. He gave me my Sherman S back all beat up and dirty, and I was like, the pieces falling off, like the edges. I was like, I was like,
You just when they're like, "Hey, anyone got a board I can borrow?" It's like,
well, he hit me up before the rally, and he said, "Hey, I'm here from Australia. I don't have a wheel, but I would love to come to the rally and ride." And I said, "Look, if you show up at the rally, you can borrow. I have a wheel you can borrow while you're here." And he says, "Really?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "Okay." He rode the hell out of that wheel, and he didn't
wow.
sign up to race. He was like, "No, I'm not racing." I said, "Okay." Then the races started. He got in line. I said, "Get out of line. You ain't racing." He said you ain't racing, and then I'm like, "And that's my wheel." No, you're not racing on my wheel. At the time, the Sherman S was like my Cadillac wheel. It was comfy.
Right.
I was like, "Man, don't mess up my caddy."
So, knock on wood, I haven't scratched the new pink rails on my 84-volt vest yet, and so I'm a little bit wary of sharing it.
Okay, so now that you mentioned that, how many
Yeah, yeah,
wheels do you have, and what are they? What wheels do you have? Like, what's your setups?
yeah. So for a long time, I pretty much just had my main vest that's a little Fokker, whatever generation it was, about a year and a half ago, and a 75-volt neat pack, and then I kept the Future Motion hub. So basically, it rides just like an XR, but with 75 volts. Like people who get
Okay.
on it, they're like, "Oh, this is how the XR should have felt. This is what they should have given us when they gave us the GT." So I love that because I loved the XR feeling. I just couldn't keep up with people anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then the one that I just finished building is 84 volt 20 S2P pack with the Thor 301. And then I also kept the FM hub on that because I'm broke. And all the aftermarket ones cost, or they weigh a lot more too. And I already hate carrying my board. So,
She said, "Cause I'm pro." Yo, you're funny. So the 84 volt is your highest voltage wheel?
yeah,
So the first vest that you mentioned, what was that? Voltage
75.
75. Okay, that's you said it was 70. Okay. So
Yeah.
now 84 volt is your highest one. Are you planning to upgrade when you're not broke, or are you good with the 84 volt?
I don't think I need more power because, like I said, I really don't need more speed. I like having the headroom at the speeds at which I'm already comfortable, but I don't really need to be going 30. But that said, I would eventually love to have my boards be totally third party, open source.
Okay. So you'd like it to be third party open source, but 84 volt, or do you want 113 volt or something?
I don't need 113. I was saying that you would like the 113 if the one wheel
Right,
was too slow for you.
right. But I'm just saying, are you good? Are you capped out?
Like I'm good. Like I haven't reached the limits of the 75, so the 84 is already like more headroom than I really need. Like I've got room to grow. I, how much more am I really going to grow? Like I don't need to go
Okay,
30 miles an hour.
okay. So Chowley's asking, where do you even buy parts to assemble a full one wheel anymore, other than buying a stock from Future Motion?
um, it's kind of underground, but there are ways.
Okay.
I mean, that sounds really illegal. Sorry, it's not.
You did. You did. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, is this the black market we're talking about? Like,
The
we're
problem is because I do feel like a lot of it's kind of like under the table, right? It's like people helping each other with stuff
right.
because Future Motion is so um, restrictive with all of
Mm-hmm.
their patents and their lawsuits, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a very scary prospect to try and challenge that. And so my understanding is that's why people haven't been able to offer a complete board
Right.
as like a finished product, but it's
Right.
also making it like people have to come up with creative ways to sell the parts too, or you have to
So
make them.
so to understand it, because us non one wheel people, it's so a VESC build. The VESC is the chip or the software.
So VESC stands for Vetter Electronic Speed Control, and it didn't
Mm-hmm.
come from One Wheel.
Right.
Shout out to Benjamin Vetter. Let us give him credit where credit is due. He
Yep.
was the first one to come up with this open source software for eSkate, and it later got adapted for One Wheel. Um,
So it's just software that's edited.
yeah, it's just the software. Yep.
Okay. So, because people say it a lot, and Brian explained it to me before, but I'm thick-headed. Sometimes it takes a couple explanations to get it in. So you can take a stock one wheel and change the software, and then it's a Vesk.
Yes.
Okay. And once you do that, then they're changing the motor, and then they're making it higher voltage by changing
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Okay. And so see, and that's the thing is I know that you got to do some tweaking and whatever, and behind backyard garage deals to get, but I've seen some amazing boards though. I've seen some people
Yep.
flying on these amazing boards, and I'm like, whatever they did is working
Yep.
because they were moving. And
And
I'm trying to find. There was a video. Go ahead.
oh, I was just going to say the amount of trust that they have in the board. I feel like, for me, not that I don't trust that Future Motions boards are going to work, although they've had their issues over the years, but a board that I have helped build, that I understand how it goes together, um, to an extent, a lot of it's over my head, but I'm learning. um, to me, that just, I don't like a black box. I want to be able to
Mhm.
fix something. I want to be able to understand. Like back in the XR days when everything was so much simpler, I could diagnose absolutely anything just by foot feel. But now it's like there's just so much going on, and I've written so many different boards. It's very
Mhm.
complex now.
Mm. That it is. And that's just, I mean, more for me than you because I don't even ride one wheel. So when I hear it, I'm like, huh?
Language, sorry. I'm sure you guys do too.
Yeah, it's no, it's the lingo. I hear it a lot and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it, Um,
It's a little
w-
bit soup, I think.
yeah, there's a lot to it. One and only is asking, where is the Wheel Life Rally again, Massachusetts? Yes, it's in Southwick, Massachusetts, at the Wick 338, which is a world-renowned dirt bike track. The Wick 338 was featured. It's featured every year. They do championship dirt bike competitions there. There's literally thousands of people crammed into this place every year to watch. I went last year to he said, why don't you come out and check out what our events look like? And I was like, how in the hell did they fit this many people in here? I have never seen this many people in a dirt bike track. Like they were around every mound, around every corner and curve. There were thousands of people there. I was like,
I
and
had
I'm
no
like,
idea it was prestigious.
I didn't know. He used to tell me about it. I'm like, I didn't know. And now I'm like, okay. And I'm like, I'm trying to get a couple hundred people to come. And I'm like, he's got like 10,000 and people over it. I'm like, okay, it's crazy. But yeah, it's at the Wick 338. So if you punch that in, but also obviously go to wheelliferally.com and you'll see it all. It has the location. Um, Southwick, Massachusetts. There's a trail that goes from it, well, not from, but through Massachusetts by the Wick, and it goes all the way into Connecticut. And so there's a long trail. We were on a long bike ride on the wheels one day, and I was like, this looks familiar. And he's like, yeah, we right by the Wick. I'm like, no, we're not. He's like, look, we got off the trail and went right up the street, and he's like, it's right there. I'm like, holy crap, I
Wow.
didn't realize how close it was.
Well, I'm super excited for this night ride. The more you tell me about the area,
Yep. Oh yeah, there's an ice cream, whole ice cream, like place up
some
the
of my
street
favorite.
that has great food and amazing ice cream. So we went for a night ride to there as well. Um,
Yeah,
and actually, so the night ride we would probably do the ice cream first because they close first, and then and then make our way to the Rail Trail Ale House and
this
have a few
keeps getting
drinks. Oh
better.
yeah.
Dude, the other day, a few of us were out riding and we're looking for somewhere to eat, kind of, on the later side of dinner,
Mm-hmm.
but quick. We want to get out riding, and there's this place giving out free ice cream on the sidewalk, and ice cream is my favorite food. So I'm all excited. I go over for the free ice cream, and they're like, "Hey, we got food too. We got free wings. You want wings?" I was like, "Nothing in my life has ever sounded more like a trap, but yes, I will get into your van." And the wings were indeed also free and not bad.
Okay. Yeah, you're like,
I was like,
yes.
Catch.
They're like, wait for the other shoe to drop.
Yep.
Yeah. So Phil says there are VESC EUCs and it's used on bikes too. Hey, I'm glad that the software is open source and able to be adjusted and adapted to all vehicles. I heard people talking about it. It scares me to edit that much. I like when the original product is fantastic and amazing, and
Oh, sure.
and so that's why I'm glad that EUC companies are better than Future Motion when it comes to being, editable. But not just that, you can edit them, but you also can talk to them, and they will make changes. And I love that.
Yeah.
They weren't listening, 6, 7 years ago when I started, but now they listen, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
You give them the feedback, and they change shit. You're like, ooh.
Wow. I know. It's kind of wild, right?
Yeah, I'm like, they actually heard us and listened. Okay. One and only
But
says only a 38-hour drive. LOL. Definitely gonna make it an adventure. But the wife says she's down. So next year. All right, man. We will see you next year then. Oh,
that sounds
Ruben White. What's up, brother? Yo, he said I'm trying to get people to come to the Wheel Life. Yes, man. Keep trying, Ruben. Ruben always comes through and he always supports. Um, I recently had a retirement party for me, and Ruben he represented the EUC family at my event. I was telling him, I was like, I had my police family, I had my family, I had my karate family, and I had my EUC family because Ruben was there with his son. I was like, yeah. So I had all my families there. So
weird when they all mesh in the same location.
yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing. So I'll never forget that brother for that. So yeah, Ruben, get as many as you can to come, man. Now, don't get me wrong. I know life be lifing, and there are people that just reached out to me that I were 100% coming and were helping me, and now can't make it because of some things that happen in their lives. And positive thoughts and prayers out to people that are having issues, because I know they're not the only ones. Several people I know right now are having health issues and family issues and things going on. So I understand that. And if you can't make it, you can't. I get it. It hurts because I love to see everybody, but family comes first. So you got to do what you got to do. But the rally is gonna be amazing as always. Ruben said Cobra got some smooth moves. He saw me on the dance floor. Yeah, I get
Nice.
down.
Now, speaking of the dance floor, do you have any like music DJs? Is there like a party going on the night
Yes,
before?
the night of. One year I hired a DJ, but it seemed like he didn't have enough to do. So
Mm.
this year I'm planning on just having speakers and music and the ability to play that. Um,
Dude, get Darren.
oh,
Get
oh,
DJ.
oh yeah,
He
I
DJ.
forgot. Oh, I forgot.
Yeah,
Oh, Darren Cole. All right, we're gonna have to talk. We're gonna have to talk because he's another one that was there and putting it down. Yeah.
yeah,
So
you can't have an event without Darren.
yeah, no, you can't. You really can't. But he'd have to be able to put it on. Just put on bring equipment and just put on a playlist, because he has to be in the event. He can't really be worried about DJing. He got to be riding. He got to be in his game, on his game, like
I
getting
know
it
he's
in.
a multi-talented man. I admire him greatly.
He is. He's doing rap videos. He's DJing.
I know.
He's riding. Yo, yeah. Darren is doing all kinds of stuff. So, yeah. I'm gonna talk to him though. I'm glad you said that. Matter of fact, let me jot that down so I don't forget it. Um, talk to Darren about DJ stuff. Yeah. So let me ask you this. I know you moved around a little and you bounced around back and forth a couple of spots, but where are you now? And is this where you're staying?
So I'm back in Massachusetts, hanging around Boston. I'm hoping
Massachusetts.
now, but looking for wherever I'm going to land next, and I'm not really sure what that is.
Okay. Okay. So you're comfortable and able to move around. So a lot of people are jealous. Uh oh.
Well, Look, y'all are seeing a highlight reel. I don't post that much, and when I do, it's always the good stuff. But in
Yeah,
reality, to be vulnerable with you, I've had a couple of tough years,
yeah.
and I got a lot going on right now that I'm trying to figure out. So, you know,
Well,
just
we're happy to have you.
just yeah, just put it out there because I feel like everyone's going through stuff. Everyone's
Mm-hmm.
going through something, and
Mm-hmm.
the more people whose stories I hear, the more I realize that we all have that kind of in common. And so I just want to be real with people that, like, yeah, I have a lot of fun, but I'm also having a really hard time sometimes too.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's my life.
But that's the good thing about these amazing machines that we ride because they help you through those times.
What would I do without it?
You know,
And the
like
that I met through it, like, they
yes,
are the ones dragging me,
yes,
kicking, screaming through personal growth.
yep, yep. And it is well. Let me pause for a second. Omni Wheel says, "Is Mandy single?" He's asking in the chat, so he's asking you a question. We're gonna let you answer
Mandy is not available right now.
that.
Mandy is dating herself right now.
Mandy is on hiatus right now. Mandy is dating her wheel right now.
I'm actually dating a couple of wheels right now. I got a 75 volt. I got an 84 volt. I got a
it,
GTP over in California.
it just depends on the night. You know, you never know.
Boards in different area codes. Doesn't
I got boards. I got boards. So Ashley, Showtime is saying, where is a 38-hour drive located? East to west, north to south is 24 hours at best. She said, where the hell are you coming from? 38 hours, one and only. Alaska. Ooh, I was just there 2 years
oh,
ago. Amazing place. I wish I had my wheel there though. Amazing place. I really
I
loved
know
it
one
there.
wheeler there. Do I know more than one wheeler there? I think I only know one.
Yeah. Well, I know one wheeler in Hawaii, but not Alaska. Yeah. Black
Hawaii would be
Hercules
cool.
is in Hawaii. He's pretty dope. But so I'm gonna take a quick break and show some of Mandy's riding. I know you guys saw some of it when in my intro videos that I put up to advertise us. As a matter of fact, we will just run those. Yeah, we'll just run
Those were
those real
good
quick.
videos. I
Yeah.
totally dropped the ball on sending you clips, and you recovered that magnificently. Thank you.
Yeah, trust me, I've been doing this a while, and a lot of times people get sidetracked and they forget, and I'm like, that's okay, I
Send
got it.
request.
I
Okay,
was like,
well,
I'll take care of it. So, all right, so let me see, let me get us on the share screen here, and let's see, let's pop this one up. Let's get this. Yeah, we'll leave this. So this is one of a quick riding video of her. I'll put the sound on. What the hell? At Rock Garden. Even that downhill was pretty gnarly. I was like, okay, I see you. I'm gonna run it again. You always look like you're having fun.
I do my best. If I'm not having fun, I'm doing something wrong.
And this is the. Oh, that's me in the pool. We don't want to see that one. Hold on. That's right. This week we talked to Mandy McFly. One woman, one wheel. We're going to talk all things one wheel and what she's been up to. Drift Sisters and all that. Stay tuned Wednesday, 7 p.m. Check it out. I am pretty good. So, Drift Sisters, one thing I wanted to ask, because you said you were being coached by someone else. So, did you create Drift Sisters or you just jumped in and
Oh,
helped it along?
no, That's a great question because I actually think a lot of people have that misconception because I make the videos. I did not create Drift Sisters. I am their number one fan, but it was Jess Enselin who created it along with our late friend Irie. Um, and they grew it into what it is today. Rachel Cecil came on board, Raquel McCosker came on board, Jamie Bryant came on board. I know they have other folks on their board of directors, and I apologize, I can't remember all of the folks on that board. But over the years, they grew. They became more legitimate, and I'm thankful that I got to be there in the beginning and to
Mm-hmm.
see the growth and to see all of the different, like I said, all the different classes of women who came through and excelled, found something they didn't know they had.
Well, I did think that you created it, and it wasn't until I just asked you, before we started about it, and when I just heard something you said, and I'm like, that doesn't sound like she started it. So that's why I wanted to bring that out. So it's good that we talked about that.
Yeah.
Um, she's Cooler Joe says, "Do you know the Fast Boys? Trevon, Enrique, Greg, Dan, Riley, all from Colorado."
Um, I I definitely know Riley. I'm not
Okay.
sure I know the other folks, but if I saw their handles, I might recognize them.
Yeah. Enrique's fast.
Yeah.
Enrique is fast. Cooler Joe said, "Show the pool." All right, Joe. I'm gonna show the pool real quick, real quick. Watch this today's video. Let me see.
This is the video we all wish we had today.
this, I'm gonna zoom in on the sign, and it says, "Swim at your own risk. The lifeguard is drunk again." The water life, baby.
Yep.
So that is me in my little pool in the backyard. Little 15-foot pool that we got free on Facebook Marketplace. But we
No
have,
way.
oh yeah, and we put it together, boy. I put white rocks around it. I got the pool up. I have a fountain that shoots into the pool that changes colors at night. My wife,
Color.
yeah, the whole pool. I got a photo of the whole pool is green at night, like a that my color green. Did you see that?
Yep.
It's like so nice. My wife put some fake trees in the background, so we got like
I love
palm trees and stuff behind the pool. We got like an area to lay out. She bought these whole cushions and like
that.
loungers, and I'm like, we just turned from a backyard that we never use in,
Yeah.
into like Shangri La.
I love to see that. The last time I went to Sacramento, I stayed with one of my girlfriends there, and she had done kind of the same thing, only her backyard was like it's like it's downtown. It's like, yay big. And so she, when she told me to stay with her, she was like, yeah, you could stay with me. Bring your swimsuit. We can sit in the pool. And I was like, oh, I didn't know you had a pool. And she was like, well, pools
Quotes.
for what I have. And I got there and it was like, it wasn't a kiddie pool, but it was like a step up from a kiddie pool. But
Yeah.
it was great. Like,
Yeah.
dude, when it's, 90 whatever out,
Yep.
like,
Hey,
pool's all
that's why I was happy about this pool because it's only like for me it's waist deep, right? So
perfect.
but it's just enough that I can float in it and like with the fountain water over the top, you can hear it sounds like a waterfall.
I'm so
So it's so
zen.
peaceful. The Zen moment back there is real. And,
Love it.
Showtime is saying she's like assembled in 100-degree weather. It was 104 degrees when I was out there slaving, putting this pool together. And we got the pool at the end of last season, and I never got to put it up.
And
So
then suddenly the motivation really kicked in.
yeah, when this season started, I was like, it's hot. Like, I got to get this done. And so I kept procrastinating, and then I had it laid out on the lawn and stuff. I said, I don't care. I don't care how bad I suffer. I am getting this done now. And I went out there by myself, and I put this pool together, and I put the whole thing. My wife was like, okay, all right. Because she kept saying, you're never going to get this pool together. It's like, we're going to go a whole season again. I said, no, we're not. It's going to be up. And sure
See,
enough,
you had something on the line. You had to prove something.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, more to me than her because I was like, because I retired now, and I said to myself when I retire, there's things that I couldn't do because I was both police and military at the same time, and I was like
Wow.
I was always too busy, and we have 3 children, and I'm like I was always too busy. There's always something going on. I can never do anything. I start it and then I can't finish it, and I get mad because, I'm like a finisher. If I started, I'm
Yeah,
gonna go all in. So I
yeah,
said, all
I get
right,
it.
this is getting done. And I finished. I am so proud of myself. I jumped in today. I'm like,
Nice. I'm proud of you too. Great work.
thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. So, um, question: what do you got in your glass over there?
Well, nothing anymore. I mo- I mostly brought this to show off the nice engraving job. Oh,
Uh-huh.
it's not even showing up. Skylar made
Okay.
these. Yeah,
Okay.
you can see there it is, the Boston logo.
Oh,
But
okay.
it was
What were you sipping on though?
whiskey.
Whiskey? Okay.
Yeah, and then I got my hydration station right here, also engraved by Skylar.
Yeah. See, I saw you sipping, and I'm a little jealous. I'm like, I don't. Oh, wait, hold on. I forgot my son bought me this. I forgot I leave it in my office. I keep forgetting
I
it's
am
down here.
everybody.
Hold, 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 hold up. Hold, hold up. Hold up.
Here we go. Mine's empty though.
Yeah, let me wait. Well, you had your sip. Now I gotta get mine. Hold on. Let me. I gotta pour it up. Pour it up. Oh, what did I just do? Oh, I moved the whole thing. Hold on. I moved the whole screen. Look, I ain't even had a sip yet, and I'm already fucking up. Hold on. Hold on. Here we go. Oh, that's that Crown Royale there.
Bougie stuff.
Oh, hold on. Well, I like Jack Daniel's Fire, Jack Daniel's Apple, but
Oh,
I'm not a big drinker. I like because I was both military and police. I kind of
yeah.
never let myself. Well, no, I take that back. I take that back. That I'm using them for that. That's not true. It was me being a dancer and martial arts and all the stuff I used to do. I used to have enough enthusiasm, energy for myself. I never needed to have a drink ever. And even when I was dancing all the time, I was out in the bars and clubs everywhere, from Boston to New York to I was all over. I love to dance. So I never felt the need to drink. I just didn't. It wasn't that I had an issue, or I just plus I have a obsessive personality. Like when I get into something, I'm in with both feet, all 10 toes. I'm like deep. So
Yep.
I said, if I get into this, I might go overboard. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay away, and I
Yeah.
just
That's
did.
self awareness.
Yeah. But now that I'm retired, bottoms up.
Nice.
Mm. Oh Lord,
The good
that's
stuff.
good. Oh, it's Crown Royale apple.
Oh, I do love apple. I'm a
Oh,
dairy girl myself.
mm, that's smooth. Damn. See what you did, Mandy?
Well, looks like we're gonna have to have a round together when
Mm-hmm.
we make it to the event.
Yep. Yep. We'll definitely have to do that. I actually have a projector and a screen too, so we might be able to, I don't know, put up a video of some highlight reels and stuff like that. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. I
That's
didn't. I didn't. I wanted to do that, just never got around to it. I'm like, put up a
cool.
highlight reel, put up the videos.
That's
Just never
something else
did.
you should talk to Darren about. I feel like he's got experience with that too.
Okay. Oh, Dan Cobra. Dan says, "Hey Mandy, hey Cobra, what's up?"
Dan! I haven't talked to him in forever. Dan, let me buy you a snack soon. I owe you one.
All right, Dan, you got a snack coming your way. Thanks for jumping in, man. Appreciate you. Yeah. So this is amazing. Like every time, every week I do a show. Especially now, not everybody that's been on the show is going to be able to make it. Like And I know that, but so it's exciting for me that you're going to be able to make it, like super exciting, because I get to talk about it more, and not just talk about it, but you're going to get to see it. We're going to get to enjoy it together, and it just,
Yeah.
yeah, it makes me excited.
It, it
Ruben
was
says,
such
how's pickleball been for you? Ruben, we were talking about pickleball before the show started. Her mother plays pickleball, and her mother's in the background saying we got to play. So pickleball, I just came from pickleball. That's why the show went from 7 to 8, because I had family coming and friends coming, and I couldn't. It was in the park right here by my house, and I was hosting. So I was like, I can't leave them. So I was like, I gotta move the show back an hour, and so we can finish up and then make it here. I had a pop up tent. I had chairs. I had music. I had everything out there at the park so we could get down. And I'm
you're a
like,
mobile company.
oh yeah, I love people. I love being around people, and I love enjoying things, and seeing people have fun is like the highlight of my life. Like, if I
Yeah.
can help facilitate fun for others, then I'm really happy. I'm really happy.
Yeah.
We
I
taught
resonate with
somebody new today. A friend of mine who never played before. She's like, "Now I ain't coordinated." I said,
which is exactly what I said to you.
"I said you'll be all right. Don't worry about it. Jump in." And she's like, "Okay, I'm gonna try." She had a blast. She was
Nice.
like, "Oh my god, this is so fun."
Exactly the same excuse that everyone gives when they say why they wouldn't ride a one wheel.
Yep,
So I would be a hypocrite to let that stop me.
that's right. You gotta jump in now. You gotta jump in. Oh,
But true,
Dan said.
the
Dan said
time I
snacks.
the balls down here is going to be like more than 50%. No one's
That's
going to want me.
okay.
I know how this story ends. I went to school.
That's okay. The girl I taught today, same thing. She missed a whole bunch of balls because she's like, I swore I hit it, and she's like, she will swing under it or swing over it, and I said,
Yep.
it's you got to keep your eye on it the whole time, right until contact, then you can look up. And she started to get it. She's like, okay, I got it now. I got it. And I said, she felt so good with every shot. She's like, I got it. And like,
I just need someone to explain
yep.
motor skills to me in a way I can understand.
No, really, legitimately, some people are like that. Everybody learns different, and sometimes when you can slow it down and break it down,
Yeah.
and like have the person in front of you do it, and then you say, okay, now this is, and give them a quick instruction and show them a different way. It's like people can learn. Anybody can learn it.
Yeah.
It's people play this game from 20 to 85. Like, there's so many people I know playing it. It's nuts. I play in the mornings at a court where there's 6 brand new courts in Wolverham, and there's all kinds of people show up, and we just put your name on the board, and next up, and we just keep round robin, just playing. Everybody plays everybody, and it's
Yeah.
so fun, so
Yeah. It
fun.
seems like people just love it.
Yeah, I
But
joined.
I see people who love that getting out of that what I get out of one wheel.
Yes, yes, and that's a good analogy because just like you said, people tell you, I can't do that, and then you're like, just try it. And I'm the same way with EUC. People are like, oh, I would fall and break my neck. No, you wouldn't. I said, listen,
Yeah.
just try it. I don't
We've
know if
all
I like that.
my neck's still attached.
Yeah, I'm like, trust me, if you try it and hate it, by all means, I will tell you I'm wrong, but I've never been. I've never once been wrong. Everybody that tries it goes, damn, that was fun.
I think that it kind of forces you to like let your guard down, lower your inhibitions a little bit because you have to accept that you're going to potentially be bad at it because you've never seen it before,
Yeah.
you've never tried it before. And so it puts you in this headspace where you're like, well, my expectations are really low. And so when you exceed those, again, you get that like dopamine rush, right? Like,
Yes.
oh my God, I can do this thing that looked really hard,
Yep.
even
And
if it was stand balancing on the grass.
yeah, simple stuff. Simple stuff.
Yep.
And when you get on EUC, when you get it going and you start riding, you're like, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Especially when you after you hold the fence and start riding, and then you let go, and you're like, I got it. I got it. Like the world opens up because you're like,
Yeah.
not only can I ride from here to right there, I can ride all around the city on this thing. Like your mind
Yeah.
starts going, oh, and all of a
Well,
sudden
it
that,
changes. You interact with the place.
yeah, that rush of adrenaline is just, you can't replace it. It's hard to explain. You just have to feel it when you're riding the wheel and the wind is blowing and you get that wind therapy going. It
Yeah.
is magical.
And it's not just adrenaline because I feel like if you use the word adrenaline, it kind of evokes the idea of like an adrenaline junkie, right?
Hmm.
But it's not just about that. It's also the flow state. I mean, you were just describing it earlier when you found out you were going over 50 and you didn't even realize it.
Yeah,
That's really what it is.
yeah. You get in the zone and you're just like, like I can't even explain. It's like you go somewhere else in your mind, like,
Yeah.
and then all the problems and troubles melt away. It's like if I go out on a ride and I get a good ride and just flow and feel, especially when I start swaying back and forth and I'm dancing
Yeah.
on the wheel and I'm just like, I just, it's hard to explain, but all my troubles are gone, like
Yeah.
instantly. I'm on another level, and then I slow it down and I'm like, okay, I'm still on planet Earth.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like I could be having the worst day. Maybe it's been a few days since I've been out riding and I'm just in my head or whatever. And then I go out on the board literally just around the corner and it's like, oh, yeah, this is great. Life is fine.
Yep.
Everything's fine.
Yep. Well, first of all, Dan says snacks. I gotta get to the South Shore! Exclamation point.
I'm doing the ice cream runs down here.
Yeah. So I definitely gotta take you to the ice cream shop here. Um, so uh, oh, Ruben says they just opened an indoor pickleball facility in Rockaway. Yeah, I'm part of an indoor facility here in Westfield, called the Pickler, and I play in tournaments. I play in a Monday league. I'm all in, both feet, 10 toes.
The way to do things, in my opinion.
Yo, legit. So, one and only says, I feel like Mandy could be Arek's sister from Grizzla.
I don't think I know the reference.
You don't know Grizzla makes pads,
Oh,
and protective things but he's from Poland, but he is kind of like you in well, he's like all of us. You know how we're all quirky. You know how
yeah.
you always say like, yes, we're quirky people. That's just us. We're
Hmm.
like we're a quirky bunch. Like
Hmm.
he kind of he's saying that you kind of remind him of her, like you could be his sister. So you have to go back and watch one of my videos. I did an interview with Eric. Well, I keep
Okay.
saying Eric. It's Arek, Arek.
You'll have to send me
Um,
the link.
yeah, he's a nice dude. Very nice dude. I like him
Could be a
a
long
lot.
lost relative.
There you go. So Dan says it's always hard to explain to people how life changing it can be to learn how to ride a one wheel or EUC. You're right, man. It is, trying to get them to truly understand is hard. You okay? You just said something, Mandy. Like you like it happens to me a lot. You can't get out for a week. You can't ride. For me, it'll go weeks, and I'm like, oh my god, I haven't been out on my wheel, and the dog needs to walk. Sounds good. I go get my A2, my small wheel. The dog is running, and I'm smiling.
Yep.
Because, like I said in the video I made on it, I said she's getting her kicks and I'm getting mine at the
Yeah,
same time.
that's a symbiotic relationship.
That's right. And that's most of my rides are that, like, and that's just on a small wheel. It only does like, I think it does like 28, but it's really good for an EUC just to I have it in my car, keep it in my car, and I'm like, whenever the
It's like,
opportunity arises, yeah. So I'm like, well, let's ride. Oh, let's ride.
yeah. Speaking of the one wheel pint, I have an 8-hour drive tomorrow to drop off a one wheel pint in Pennsylvania with my nieces, so I got to get to bed kind of soon. Uh,
Okay.
any final topics that you want to get to before we wind
Yeah.
down?
So let me see. Let's see. I always like to see if there's any questions. You guys got any questions for Mandy before we close out? We want to let her get her rest for her drive. Let's see. He says, and then you can sit down and take a sip of drink. uh, it's so hard to explain to people how life changed. Okay, that's the same comment. Oh, he put it in twice. That's why. Um, yeah. People don't understand that when you have depression, when you have life altering events that bring you down, this is a form of elevation that is instant. This is
Yeah.
not something where you have to do all these things, all take all these steps to get to it. You just take the wheel, get on it, and go. And
And you
you're
don't have to go far.
instantly. Say it again.
Yeah. It really is instant. Like, I know it sounds crazy to someone who doesn't ride, but the
Yeah, you don't
second
have to go far.
it comes up to level and engages, it's like, here we go. We're on
Yeah.
the adventure again.
Like so not that it has to be epically fast, but like a starship. I'm a I'm a Trekkie. Like I think about a starship when it engages and you see it take off. There's
Hmm.
something about when you get on the wheel, the motor engages and you just lean forward and it's just you hear that wind, you
Hmm.
feel that wind, and it's like the magic is instant. It's
Yeah.
like it's so crazy that you can go from completely depressed to completely happy in an instant.
Yeah. It really is. And you know what I think even amplifies that more as I get higher and higher voltage boards is when you when you step on it and you first press down. You know, the older boards, the nose would kind of like dip a little bit as it was kind of coming up to speed. These boards don't do that. You just step on it and it just goes. It's ready.
Okay.
It's ready for whatever you want to do.
See, that has to be. I have to try the new ones then because I that was what I didn't like. I didn't like how when I leaned on it. You have to try to get it right, and yeah, the feeling was just not right for me because on the EUC you just lean and go. There is no
Yeah.
nothing else. So if a one wheels do that now, then
So I've noticed with the EUC, like the crash position is more of like a Superman,
yes, yes, yeah.
but
When
also
you if go ahead.
but I was just going to say on the flip side, you can also lean way far forward in kind of that same pose without actually crashing, which is very
Yes,
different from one wheel.
yes. So racers lean forward like Michael Jackson, and they no legitimately they lean off the front of their wheel like suicide kind of lean. Like it is when you watch if you when you watch a slow motion playback of a like top level race, the races we did in China. If you watch a slow mo of any of those races, the lean that these guys have, they're flat. Some guys are like almost flat, almost perpendicular to the ground. I'm like, how?
So when
Like,
you first start, is it literally like a fall
yes.
before you engage? Wow.
Like well no, it's not before you engage though. The motor
It,
engages instantly. But
okay.
you fall forward to push the motor. So they're
Oh,
doing that to get to like wring the most energy they can quickly out of the wheel because
it's
it's
like
a
pushing down the gas pedal.
yes,
They're
exactly
the
what it
gas
is. They are the gas pedal.
pedal.
And when
Okay.
you watch but it's scary because you're like like I watch them do it and I'm like I don't know that I can lean that far out over the wheel.
I have such trust issues largely because of the one wheel and how many false starts you get on it.
Yeah, well that's the good thing about EUCs is it's just there. The
Yeah.
most of the time the problems are if you wobble, if you don't jump up on the wheels like perfectly straight and you wobble a little, that may throw you off while you're getting your other foot situated. So sometimes racers they will bobble and sometimes they'll bounce off each other and cause each other to crash because of that quick bobble at the beginning. That's
Yeah.
usually a
Yeah.
scary point. But if you can get out in front, that's why they lean so hard also because they want to be first. Because if
Yeah.
I
They
can
want
get
that.
out in front of you, I don't got to worry about you leaning into me with nothing. I can get out in front and
Yeah.
stay out in front.
Yeah, I had fun at Shred Fest. I didn't get the whole shot, nor did
Mhm.
I expect to, but
Yeah.
I didn't just let it go either. I like did make some effort, and it was a really fun race. And I
Yeah.
say that with surprise because Shred Fest was where I separated my collarbone the very first year, and every
Oh.
time I've raced there, it has not gone well, just
Mm.
because like the body remembers that happened, right? Like that was the most
Yeah.
painful injury I ever had. So every time I go there, it's like I come in last. I'm in my head about it. It's just
Yeah.
like not enough for me. The event is still my favorite, but the race has never been my best.
Okay.
And it wasn't my best this year, but I did it and I had fun and I hit all the features. There's a drop like yay big. I
Uh-huh.
hit that. I mean, it was just a blast. And that first part, getting the whole shot and actually like jockeying with some of the fastest riders in the league, that was super fun. Like I was looking back on my old racing days, like, what did I hate about this?
Well, it's funny you say that because in China they did a Le Mans start for the races
Hmm.
where you all set your wheels down up in front and lined them up, and you had
Yeah.
to run to your wheel, grab it,
Yep.
and get on, and then try to get the whole shot.
I've done a couple of those.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah.
Watching them do that, I was like, holy crap.
Yeah. That's where you want to know that you've got, like, that's where you want a posi sensor or something. You
Yeah.
just don't want to take the chance.
Yeah, it's tough because some guys are like, do I turn my wheel off? Do I just do disengage the motor and put it down? Because sometimes if you disengage the motor, it takes a second to engage. But then if you
Hmm.
turn it off, it takes a second to engage when you turn it
Right.
on. So
Second is going to be shorter.
yeah, you like you're some people did one, some people did the other. You never know.
Yeah.
I
You
think Cooler Joe's asking, what's your favorite event?
definitely Seek and Tread is my favorite.
Seek and Shredded. And where's that one?
So that's in Wilseyville, California. That's the one I was just at.
Okay.
And the the whole just vibe is so good. I love music too,
Mm-hmm.
so it's a fun event with racing and a really cool like slope style course and like a tricks area and some little single tracks and stuff to play in. So like there's all of that, but then the music, they just really put so much work into finding great artists, and they have this guy who does the lights and they're incredible, and they have these folks who come in from LA and like drop the beats and make waffles at 11 p.m. and just it's just yeah, exactly right, like it's just this fun chaos land.
You just reminded me of something else. Somebody asked in the last show, is there going to be a hot dog cart? So this year we have Iona's Cafe, Iona's Restaurant and Grill. He's Chef Kelly is one of our sponsors this year. So Chef Kelly is going to be on site, and he's going to prepare some food for us. I don't know if he's just doing hot dogs and burgers. I don't know if he's got like something special to cook up, but he's gonna be serving us up this year. He's sponsoring the event. He's supplying the food. So we're gonna be having on-site chef this year at the Wheel Life Rally. So food should be on
All right,
point.
shout out to Chef Kelly.
Okay, yeah. So what's your favorite experience with the one wheel community?
Wow, you all know I've been riding since 2016, right? That is tough. Um, I mean, I have to say, without going into too many details about why I was having a bad time, I was having a bad time at Oak City. And, um, the folks in the community really rose to the occasion to catch me and remind me that I had a place there and how loved I was, and to make sure that I got to the ride that night and to check in on me throughout the weekend. I mean, the entire weekend people were coming up to me like, "Hey, how are you doing?" You know, like genuinely, "How are you doing?"
Hmm.
And I was just so touched by that. How
Yeah.
many people were looking out for me who genuinely listened to what I was upset about, even though it was none of their problem at all.
Hmm.
The family dynamic, and I do include some of the dysfunction in that as well. Family's a good word for us, right? There is some dysfunction too, but the family dynamic of like someone's always there to catch you, and you know everyone wants you, maybe not everyone, but the folks that I surround myself with in the community, the Drift Sisters, and like the friends that I choose to put around me, like they want you to succeed and be happy and do well, and they're going to push you in that direction. Like I said, I've had so much personal growth from folks in the community. So, like, that's a recent example, but just in general, like, it's blown my mind. You think,
Yeah.
oh, these are just a bunch of, dudes, smoking some weed and floating around, right? Like, what do they have to say that matters? And it is not that at all. It's not that.
Okay. That's good. And I love the same thing. I love the fact that every time we go to these events, so whether it's Wheel Life Rally or it's Amped Electric Games, you know, when we get together, these events are just so centered around community. Um,
Mm-hmm.
they're so centered around fun, and they're so centered around enjoying each other's company, but they're also very helpful to whoever is in need of community,
Yeah.
because you don't know where people are in their lives. Everybody has their own lives going on, and sometimes people are at different levels, and they're going through things that you may not know about, but maybe that positive attitude, that hug that you gave them when you saw them, that high five or fist bump, and that positive conversation that you had with them may be the thing that they needed the most in their life right then. And we get to give that to each other at these events. And that's what I love about it. There's people from all over that
Amen to
come
that.
together and share their positive energy, and it's magical. It's
It
magical.
really
So,
is. And I've had the privilege of being on the other side of that when other folks needed it too. So,
mhm.
it's really just a beautiful web that we've all woven together.
Yes, yes, and I agree. I've been on the receiving and the giving end, and I love it. I truly do love it. So so Dan says, I find myself explaining that feeling to people by saying it's like the dream you have when you're flying. There's nothing in front of you, in your view, and no sound. Excuse me.
Mm,
Well, I I have this feeling, and my family calls me a nut job for it. Anytime I see in a movie, you know how they have a high cliff or building, and they have the shot of goes over the top, and they going into the action. Whenever I see a tall building or mountain, I'm like, that would be nice to jump off of. They're like, you need help.
okay. That's what they call it, the call of the void.
Yes, that's what it is. The call of the voice. I see it, and I can see myself. Now, mind you, I went to Hawaii and jumped out of a plane. I went to Switzerland and jumped off a mountain. So these are things that I've done. I also surfed in Hawaii and had a good time there. Switzerland, I walked across a giant cavern that you could fall to your death, but it had a tiny bridge, and we walked across. So I've done some crazy stuff, but it's
Yeah.
because I enjoy it, and I know that life is short. And once life is over, only thing you have is the story that they'll tell. And people who tell my story will tell the story of a man who lived a very full life. And I continue to live that full life on my wheel as much as I can. I find every side quest and trail I can. That's what I love about these things too, because you can go somewhere. And I remember being at a campsite, right? And we're walking around the campsite, and you're like, I wonder where that trail leads. You're
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm not walking down there, because then you got to walk back, and you're like, yeah, I'm not. But on your wheel,
I
there's
literally
no trail I won't follow.
went to a glamping site in Tahoe after Shredfest. And on the very last night, I was like, I wonder where this road that my tent is on goes up to. And so I followed the road and found like this incredible trail network that I had no idea was there. I thought there were no good trails at all in that part of Tahoe. So that was a nice surprise.
You're like,
But
ding,
always
ding,
miss
ding, ding.
it.
um, Ricardo, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. He just jumped in. You're gonna have to watch the playback, brother. We almost done. Good to have you, though.
Time to go influence the next generation of one wheelers.
Yes, that is a huge, huge thing. So I know that we can ride these things, like, oh, as we age, because hey, I'm in my 50s, so I know as we get older, it's like it doesn't change. You can still ride but there will come a time when I'll feel like, okay, maybe I'm not gonna ride no more. But I do like the fact that we have the ability to influence the next generation. We have the ability to give this gift of joy to younger people.
Mm-hmm.
We can pass on to them this instant feeling of like freedom and joy that can't be taken away or replaced. You know, it's just magic. And we
Yeah.
can share this with others. And I
Yeah. They're
love
so
doing it.
excited. They're so excited.
Yeah. I love to pass it on to somebody and then because even now I love when I meet people. They go, you know what, when I started riding I was watching your videos and you I said, well, I'm glad I could help. You know.
Yep. Yeah,
uh,
I get that a lot, especially from women who, they'll tell me, I didn't think I could do it,
mhm.
but I watched your videos and I decided to try. I love that so much. We need as many women as we can get in this sport.
Yep. It's a powerful feeling to know that it doesn't matter who you are, what sex you are. It doesn't matter. A wheel is a wheel is a wheel. So we can do it. You can do it. It doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want to do. There's no holding back, and you can't see somebody ride and go, "Well, that's a guy thing." No, it ain't. And seeing
Yeah.
you guys, the Drift Sisters, and all your videos that you've made, it really does put that in the forefront of people's minds that this is not there's no gender specific nothing. This is for all of us. And watching
Yeah.
you guys conquer some things that like especially some of the tricks you're doing, I'm like, I can't do that shit. And I'm like, I probably could if I tried, but I
Yeah.
haven't done that. So
And
I enjoy
that's a
seeing it.
great point. Because one of the wonderful things about the Drift Sisters events is they hold that space.
Mhm.
Because I'm someone who, every event I go to, I look at the trick park and I'm like, oh, I want to try that stuff. But then I never do. I'm too busy with other stuff, or I'm embarrassed for people to see me, or whatever it is. And Drift Sisters is always a safe place to go. Try whatever you want to try and
Yeah.
to fall on your ass as many times as you need to. And
That's
hey,
good.
all of the people who are there cheering you on are probably going to have some great advice to help you maybe not fall on your ass next time.
Yeah. And that, speaking of that, if you had one piece of advice to give, what would it be to a new rider or even someone who already rides? If you had to give, if you had a Mandy moment and you wanted to give your single best piece of advice, what would you say? What would you put out there?
I would say trust your board and yourself, because the times when I'm thinking about what could go wrong, whether it's me not being good enough in my skills, or whether it's the board not being good enough because something's going to come disconnected or break or whatever,
Uh
you
huh.
know, that takes you out of that flow state we were talking about. And remember, fast is fun, fun is fast. So if you're thinking about, oh, but the electronics could fail, oh, the sensor could cut out, oh, I could nosedive, you're not having fun now. You're thinking about how you're going to eat shit. So fast, I guess, is the
Yes.
summary.
Yeah. No, okay. I'll take that. I'll take that. I really do feel like if we think about it too hard, we won't do it.
Yeah, you can't overthink it. And I
Mm-mm.
actually, this is an interesting thing that I have noticed, um, because I've tried riding with walkie talkies. And um, when the folks ahead of me call back a warning to let me know that there's something coming, I'm actually less likely to hit it,
Yep.
because
Yep.
then I think about it. Whereas if I come up on it and I have to react or fall into the river, I'm going to find a way to gap it.
Yeah, I've taken quite a few tumbles, and they were surprising.
Yeah.
I remember one specifically in China. Um, we were in China from December to January, and the owner of Bigode, um, one of the largest EUC manufacturers, he took us on a ride, and out of nowhere, we're going down these giant steps, and we're do 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 do. I'm like, what? Wait a minute! Wait! Like I had no time to react, no
Yeah.
time to think about it. it was just, here we go. And we're all headed down these stairs. And I'm like, son of a bitch.
That rock part, this is a perfect tie-in, and then I do need to go to bed. That clip that you showed of the rock garden was that for me. The number of times that I went and rode that trail, and that's the only section of it that's like that. It's my
Yep.
favorite trail in the world. That was the only section I couldn't do. I would walk it, I would stare at it, I would try to do it, I wouldn't quite make it, or I wouldn't try, or just whatever. It was in my head. I couldn't get through it. And so that video was last summer, and then more recently than that, I went back and had to like we were the sun was setting. We had to like catch up.
Uh-huh.
Right, we had no time to pause, and so everyone else just like went down the rock garden, boop boop boop, and took off. And so I didn't have time to think about it, and I just sent it too, and I went straight down it like it was nothing.
And you
It's just
see, you never know.
yeah,
You never know.
trust yourself. I had done it before. I was like, okay, I know I can do this. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah. And that was great watching you do it. And I'm trying to see which one. So it wasn't that one. Because I want to show this on the way out. I wanted to show the rock garden one. So, well, thank you very much, Mandy. I really
Thank
appreciate you taking the time out to sit down with us and have a chat. I really wanted people to get to know you a little bit better, and I didn't even know when I set this up that you were coming to the Wheel Life Rally. I only
you.
set it up, yeah, because you and I rode together, and I when I first began, and I remember your positive personality, and I remember that you're a person that I really liked, and I said, you know what, I like to bring people on the show that I really like, that I like their energy and their vibe, and you're one of those people. And you're, especially when I saw all the things you were doing, first with Say Yes to the Side Quest, and now with the Drift Sisters and stuff. I'm like, I have to have her on. And it really is just a coincidence that you said, oh yeah, I'm going to the Wheel Life Rally. I'm like, what? I didn't even know that. So just so you guys know, I don't want people thinking I'm just bringing her on because she's coming to the. I had no idea. I asked her right before we started the show, and she told me, and I was ecstatic about it. So I'm happy that you're going to come to the rally,
Me
and
too.
we'll get to hang out.
I was bummed to miss it because I was out of state for the last couple of years. So it's
Yeah.
about time I finally made it.
Yeah, yeah. And you were somebody I thought of also when I started trying to incorporate one wheels, because I didn't know a lot of people on the one wheel side, and I was like, I know I would like her to be there, but you weren't here. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, at some point, we'll connect. And so I'm very happy that we were able to do this. Thank you for your words of wisdom for everybody. Thank you again for your positive vibe. Continue to share it with the community. I mean, I don't have to tell you that because you're going to do it anyway. And thank you for just being you, because being you is enough, and being you is what we like and what we enjoy and what we need. So continue spreading the love of PEVs with everybody, and we'll do the same here. And we'll see you soon at the Wheel Life Rally. So everybody have a good night. Thanks to everybody in the chat who jumped in. I appreciate you. And those guys, pass this on to your One Wheel family so they can jump in and check out Mandy McFly and see the interview with her. And also, maybe they want to come to the Wheel Life Rally also. So the more the merrier. Let's go.
Thanks.
Yeah. So that's all we got for you guys tonight. We'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay charged, stay safe. I'm going to take us out real quick with a quick clip that I want to show before we end the video. Where's that rock garden clip? Right here.
Yeah, look ahead, look ahead, look ahead, look ahead. Oh, you got it. Yeah. Yeah. More than halfway there. Oh, you got
Here for my friends.
That really is just goes to show that never say never, never say no. You can do it. You just got to jump in and get it done. Have a good night, everybody. Till next time. Deuces.
Thank
And we're
you.
out.